Hey guys, welcome to another quick homebrew video. What I'm doing today is I'm going to be doing a Cooper's Pilsener, and with the Cooper's Pilsener I'm going to be doing a mini mash. So what I've got in my grain bag here is 2.5 pounds of two-row and a half a pound of Carafoam, and I'm going to be mashing that at around 155 for about an hour. My pot, my water is up to about 160, and I'm also going to be adding about 500 or 600 grams of plain spray malt extract to the beer. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make sure my water is up to temp to about 160, and it should be good. Got a digital thermometer here that I'm using. I also picked up one of these infrared thermometers. I use both, and I'm showing 158, 159, so I should be okay. We need a little bit more heat, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my my bag in the on the pot here. Get that going. Just get it down into the water. I picked up these is a paint strainer bag. You can find them at Home Depot. Yeah, I'm going to be mashing my grains. Alright guys, so I got my temperature back up to 160 because it had dropped a bit. So I'm just going to mash in my grains now. So again, this is 2.5 pounds of two-row and half a pound of Carafoam. I'm adding the Carafoam because I'm finding that I'm not getting any head retention on my beer. I'm getting some, but this is the first time I'm using it. I want to see what I get, what I end up with, and I'm using it with the Pilsner. Get that all in there, and I'll stir it in. Now my pot is a little bit small, but it's a smaller pot that I'm using. But hopefully I have enough room. If I don't have enough room, then hey, it's a learning experience. I got to get myself a bigger pot. But I think I can adequately mash these grains. And what I'm looking for is I want to get a little bit of fresh grain taste in the Pilsner kit. Last time I made a kit, I used Crystal 40, and I'm not doing that this time. I'm just going to do, well, I'm going to do a real mash this time. Kind of sort. I don't have any wort chiller or anything like that. I haven't progressed to that stage yet, but I'm going to try it out. So I've got my grains in there. I might need a little bit more water actually, but you know what? I'm just going to leave it as is. I don't have any dough balls. Everything's sticking together here. Just make sure everything is nice and mixed in there. I think I had about 3.5 gallons of water, or 3.5 quarts, maybe 4 quarts of water in there. So in any case, I'm going to check my temperature and see what I'm at. And I'm at 145. It's still going up. 147. 149. So I'm going to get there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the stove a little bit, get it up. Got my lid here. I'm going to put my lid on it, and I'm going to watch it for the next hour. And at that point, I'll pull the grains out, do a quick sparge with some hot water from a kettle, and alright everyone, so I've been mashing for an hour. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my grain bag out. I got my colander here, so I can drain everything, and I'll do a little sparge with some hot water. Just going to put the colander here, let that sit. And then what I'll do is I'll bring it up to a boil, And I've got 600 grams of Muntins Light dry malt extract, which I'll be adding. And I've got some Irish moss, so I'll be putting that in too. There's not going to be any hop additions. The reason why I'm not putting any hop additions is I don't have any Saz hops. That's what the Cooper's kit uses, Saz hops. I don't have any. I've only got some Willamette hops, and I'm just going to leave it as is. I want a light beer. I don't want something too hoppy. Last time I made like a pale ale, India pale ale, and I think I put a little bit too much hops. So it was a little bit too hoppy for me. And yeah, so I'm just doing a sparge here. Quick rinse of the grains with some hot water, just to get all the goodness out. And I'm going to get my stove going. And that's pretty much it for now. And you'll see me do the next portion. I'll be adding whatever I got, all the other ingredients, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, so I've drained my grains and done the sparge. I'm just going to add my dry malt extract in now, and it's coming up to a boil. I'll just get that in there and stir it in. Try not to get this stuff all over the place because it's sticky, boy. Alright, so that's done. Now I'll just stir it in. As you can see how sticky it is. Got a little bit on the handle here. Just gonna get that off. I'm going to stir it in vigorously to get rid of any lumps. And I'm going to wait for the hot break. Now again, my pot's a little small here, so I'm going to have to be careful with my hot break. And watch it very closely. Alright guys, so the hot break's coming on here. I'm really going to have to watch it because I don't have any room in this small pot. Oh boy. She just doesn't want to calm down. Probably take the spoon out, but I don't have much of a chance. Hold on. Let's get her back on the stove here. Whoa. Don't use a small pot. Big mistake. I'm holding it up because I have no room here. What do now? So I've got my can, Cooper's Pilsener, going in. You know what? And just gonna get that into there. My wort is still cooling off, so I'm just going to put this on the counter for a sec and get some hot water on it. Hot water in there. Now, here comes my wort. It's been cooled down. On second thought, I should have put my wort in first. That's okay. So I'm just going to give it a stir here. The wort's not totally cool. It's about 40 degrees. So I still got to get it down to around 21. But I'm going to do that when I add the cold water. Alright guys, so I filled up my fermenter with cold water, and I'm just doing a gravity reading. And according to my hop-fill calculator, I should have 1.051, And actually, that's exactly what I have. I'm at the bottom of the orange scale. And from what I can read from here, I'm not going to put it in the tester, but from what I can read here, I'm at the bottom of the scale, which is exactly 1.050 or 1.051 or 2. So that should give me about, well, around 5%, depending on the final gravity. So what I'm going to do now is, if I can find my yeast, I don't know where I put it, I'm going to pitch my yeast. Oh, there it is. I'm just using the Cooper's yeast that came with the kit. Now this is a lager yeast, so I've got a cool room that I'm going to be putting this in. I think after tomorrow. Once it starts going, I'll put it in the cool room and bring it down to temperature. Just going to do a little temperature check. It's showing 18 degrees on my gun. But open my yeast packet. Add my yeast. I'm not going to rehydrate it. Just going to pull that out. Don't drop it because they break, and I'm going to give it a quick stir. And that's it. Put the cover on, make sure everything is sanitized on the airlock, and I'll let it go for about 7 days. And then I'll put it into a secondary, and I will let it rest for about 3 weeks in a cold environment, because it is a lager yeast, and I'll try it out then. Thanks for watching my video, and happy home brewing. Take care.